Yo, yo, yo! What's good? It's Chanmanhouseofb.a.r.f. What's poppin'? My apologies, my people. It's been a while. Haven't stopped by. And I've been noticing y'all been showing love too. I've been noticing that episodes been getting plays, 4 plays an episode. You know, you may say that's not a lot, but for me, especially since I haven't posted in a little while, that's a lot for me. So I want to say thank y'all so much to everybody and anybody and everybody and somebody who stopped by to come kick it with your mans. I appreciate it. You already know it. So what have I been up to? Been out here chilling, skrilling, scrapping, scraping. I haven't got to the point where I've given a hand job through a glory hole yet. I'm hanging in there. I'm not there yet. Okay. Not yet, at least. Okay, we still out here trying to show the little ones that we still got some integrity, some pride. Okay, I'm trying to show them I ain't try to get a brick yet, at least not yet. You know, when times get hard, you know what I'm saying, the hard get going, whatever it is. You know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. You know, and that's not what we're trying to condone, and that's not what we're trying to promote. Times get hard. You holler at the neighborhood unlicensed pharmaceutical salesman talking about, hey, could you help a brother out? The light's about to get cut off. The water about to get cut off. The heat about to get cut off. Or the AC, you know, it's about to be May now, so it's starting to get warm. You know, we're about to lose a house. House is in foreclosure. About to lose everything. We're about to be evicted, if not for the first time, again. You know, I've never been evicted before. I'm trying my best not to get evicted. You know, luckily, by the help of God and family and friends, been able to sit out here and keep pursuing my dreams and keep pushing and keep going. It's truly a blessing. And whenever I think to say to myself, God, where are you? Where you been? Help a brother out. I sit back and be like, damn, I sound just like some people in my life that I've done so much for. And they want to sit there and be like, where's your job? What are you doing with your life? What's going on? And it's like, whoa, I did this, I did that. So I just got to say, glory to God. Thank you for God for allowing me to have some clothes on my back, some food in my belly. I'm overweight. I'm not underweight. I'm not malnourished. I still got the roof over my head, barely, but it's still over my head. Was able to get out and promote for this children's book. Working on that. Still working on this podcast. Still standing on business. Still handsome. It's like, what else? Been interviewing. Still haven't got a job yet. But still interviewing, still breathing, still pushing, still grinding. I ain't gonna lie. There's times where I wake up and the first thing that comes to my mind is a bad word. Fuck. It's like, nah, let me not, I don't want to, you don't want to be like that with your life. You know what I'm saying? This is our life that God gave us. It just lets me know whenever I'm just like, crap. I thought I was going to be able to get out here the easy way. Just go to bed and just not wake up. Lord Jesus, take the wheel, take it all. Y'all had a house, have everything. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, baby. Shashi, I wake up and I'm like, check the emails, check the phone calls, banks sending emails, want to let you know your house is in default or foreclosure. We need 2 payments right now. It's like, oh gosh. Want to let you know your electricity bills behind, pay by this date before it gets cut off. Cell phone needs to get paid by this date. And I'm just like, crap. Went through some bullshit with my ex. Still not officially done yet, but she been gone. I don't even associate with her, unless it's something about the children. Going to pull some bullshit and try to claim both children Yeah, I'm trying to be a good dude. I'm like, hey, I want to let you know I'm about to file my taxes, and I'm just going to claim one of the children. Oh, I want to let you know something. I claimed both of them. Like, what the fuck? And you know my situation. You know you rolled. You know you stole. You know you did all that, and you still just can't stop. It's like, well, I'm trying to survive too. But we still out here. We still grinding. We standing on business. We still saying how you can tell I've been watching too much Drewski. You know what I'm saying? That has to be one of the most terrible shows I've ever seen. And I know it's entertainment. I'll tell you, I've seen about 3 to 4 episodes, but I have to say that there's only, in my personal opinion, there's only a couple people on there who are, I would say, of sound mind. It's literally like they're kind of like exploiting people who, not even Indian people, black people, you know what I'm saying, that don't clearly seem to be of sound mind. In my personal opinion, seem like they have a little, may need a little bit more attention in class, So yeah, just that's what I've been working on. Again, what is it? Children's book, Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Adventure. What is it called again? Langston Manxton's Kool-Aid Adventure. Can you break it down for us? Can you bring it down to our level? What does that mean? All right. I have a son. His name is Langston, but he has a reverse nickname. His nickname isn't shorter, it's longer. His nickname is Langston Manxton, among the other many nicknames that, we call him. But one of them is Langston Manxton. And Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid is just a drink. I'll talk about it a little bit more later. Don't want any issues. We'll talk about that more later. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to call it Kool-Aid. Okay? Some of us had a stand back in the day when we were children that wasn't lemonade. Okay? It wasn't lemonade. It was another drink. Okay? But some of us grew up in neighborhoods where they had lemonade. Okay? So, this book is not a black book. Okay? Yes, there's a black family in the book. Okay? No, it's not a black family. Matter of fact, let me fix that. It's a family of color. Okay? It doesn't necessarily need to be a black family. That's the thing about art, is you can leave it up for inference. Okay? You can leave it up for your interpretation. Have fun with it. But understand the gist. Understand, what are we trying to do here? What inspired you, Chanman, to write this book? What inspired you? What was in there? Okay, let's go. Let's go. So, I've worked in finances for about 7 to 10 years. Okay. Oh, did I manage Wesley Snipes' books? No. Did you manage Tyler Perry's? No. Jeff Bezos? No. Didn't manage anybody's. Okay? It's customer service. That's basically all I did. I didn't do anything major. I learned a lot. Learned a hell of a lot. And for people that don't know anything about finances, not being insulting, but I probably know a little bit more about finances than somebody who's never studied it or never done anything with it, about it, nothing. Okay? I'm not trying to be boastful. It just is what it is. I still do my research. I'm still standing on business. It's like, okay, I'm going to stop with that. But no, I'm still working on it. I'm not done yet. Still got my books out right here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to study my finances, get better at it. Okay? And do I fall off sometimes? Hell yeah. Do I sit around and be a bum? Whatever. Lay around, watch TV, Yeah, sometimes I totally forget, and then I got to get back on it. It happens. I'm not perfect. Well, it's not about being perfect. I'm human, And yes, people say it all the time. Oh, and I'm not trying to be offensive. Oh, other nationalities, they be pumping. They be working 3 full-time jobs at the same damn time. I'm like, no. That ain't me. It ain't gonna, that's just because they're a different culture. You know what people say. They say it about people of like Asian descent. Oh yeah. Oh, they got two full-time jobs. Yeah, their culture's different. And to an extent, it's true. To an extent, I hear their schooling systems, like our schooling systems out here in America, in middle school, we have like 6, 7 classes. They'll be like, oh, in like other countries, they'll have 11, 13. That's double. So they're used to working two jobs. So you know, hey, yeah. So sometimes I've been meaning to work on my Excel, been slacking, but I'm gonna get on top of it. Okay, you know. But yeah. So working in finances, everybody says it all the time. We've been saying it. We need to do something for the children, and there's people out there that are doing it. I'm not the first. Okay, there's people that's been doing it. Community outreach programs will come to your school and try to teach the kids something about economics or something at the kid level. You know what I'm saying? It's at the children's level. You know what I'm saying? We'll just have a fun game. We'll open up account. There's this green card out there. It's like a debit card for children. You know what I'm saying? It's just little fun things like that to teach them about finances. People been doing this. I'm not saying that I'm bringing something that's brand new, but I'm saying I would say it's probably not been tapped in completely as we need it to be tapped into. So I say, you know what? I'm going to do something for the community. Okay? And when I say I really should say we, because yes, I authored the book. I wrote it. It was my intellectual property, but it was a team effort. It was a team effort, with the publishers, with my family. Even my friends are supporting me, stopping by my book signings, purchasing books, getting the book out there. It's tough business, the profit margin on selling one book is not that high. I've told people this before. Whenever you do a business, it's not that you're going to have these high profit margins. How does that work? So I use the example of when I used to do eBay. With eBay, I had to get the supplies. And by supplies, I mean tape, paper, ink, packaging, boxes or bags, whatever I was going to ship this stuff in. Then I had to pay for shipping, with the post office or UPS or FedEx, whoever I was going to use. And then I had to sell the product as well. So by the time I got the money, I was already out probably somewhere around 66%. I was only receiving 33%. Of that, how much of it did take me to cost for the good? Did I get the good for free? Did I purchase it? That's now that. And then also, let's just say somebody gave me the goods. Well, no, did he? It's like, somebody gave me the goods, right? Let's say somebody said, hey, Chan, I got this bag of clothes I'm not wearing anymore. Can I get this bag of clothes? Yeah, I got it for free. But what happens is I say, and can I just get like 10% or whatever you get off that bag? Well, all right, cool, whatever. So after all that, I only end up profit margin, let's just say 25 to 30%, which I know that sounds fantastic, but let's say you sell something for $300, I'm only coming back with, $100 or, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. 100's going to supplies, 100's going to shipping, and 100 goes to me. But then I got to take that 100. If I got the good myself, then how much did it cost me? Could it cost me $45 or $40? Or if I got it for free, I may have to give somebody 10% of that, so they're getting $30. So I end up with $70. So that's probably more reasonable, about $75 that's going to me. And that's fantastic. And I got to keep going. Same thing in this book business. You know what I'm saying? So it's a pleasure to have family and friends who are supporting me so we can get these books out there. And I got to do better myself. Do I have days where I get my profit margin and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't put it away in a jar. I say, you know what? I'm about to go get me some dinner or something on it. Yeah, I do it. So I'm screwing myself over, But, we're out here working. So, yeah, that was the inspiration behind the book. I said, we're going to do something for these children. Got to do something for them. And, I probably received one of my first either honest or negative reviews. Everybody's been telling me pretty much they're enjoying the book. They're like, "Yo, this is good stuff. This is what I want in my curriculum for my child at school. This is great stuff." Or, "Hey, Chan, I want to let you know, our family, we do this. We do this. We sit around, we talk about business, we talk about finances, amongst other things." I tell people all the time, life is just not around the stock market or business or all that. Some people say, yes, it is. But for me, no. Socialization, intimacy, relationships, spirituality, exercise, all this. This is all life. And we got to enjoy all these aspects. But for me, I'm just choosing to go down the road of business, accounting, regulation, and finance. That may not be where I end up at. I may end up as a child author or an author, period. I may never thought I was going to be here, but that may be my future. I can't remember. I think we've had politicians that were in one field, economists or something, and now they're in healthcare or something. Or the president of Ukraine. I think he was a comedian. Now he's president of Ukraine and in the middle of a war. It's like almost like watching Saving Private Ryan. Tom Hanks, his character was a school teacher, and he was leading these guys into war. So I may think I'm going down the road of business, accounting, regulation, and finance, and may not. May end up telling children's stories or something. Got to keep the door open. I met a guy not too long ago that was a monster truck driver, like on TV, and ended up becoming like, I don't know, like a rocket scientist or something. He was just like, hey, I walk through the doors. When they're open, I walk through. Got to live life. Got to live life. And it's tough. It's tough. Especially like now, going through a thing like a divorce, having my children in the middle of this, wife, ex-wife is trying to bring in this new guy, new beginnings guy. He's our new beginning. The children want to be around him. They love him. Mr. Guy wants to play disciplinarian with my children. This stuff is tough. This stuff is like mind numbing, mind breaking. It's tough stuff. But God is there every day right now. As far as I know, my children are healthy. They haven't had any issues, other than watching their mom and dad go through these things. I'm healthy for the most part. We're all probably going to need therapy at some point. Once I get my healthcare benefits back, we're probably all going to go. Like this, the way everything was handled there's no manual for life. If you haven't heard that before, you'll hear it a lot throughout life. There's no manual for life. But we all wish there was. If you need, there's life coaches that can help you kind of maneuver your way through life. I have a few life coaches. Not any that I pay, but I got a couple. I got a neighbor who kind of considers himself my life coach. I got best friends, and at one time I was married, and those were my life coaches. I got, wonderful family that's supportive. These are like my life coaches, So we don't have a manual, but we can kind of have somebody kind of stumble through this thing we call life with us. Come on with me. Come on with me. We going. Keep those feet moving. Feet don't fail me now. So we got to keep going. So yeah, this stuff is tough. So yeah, the inspiration behind the book was I worked in finances. But I've always been passionate about finances. It wasn't like I woke up one day and was like, hey, you know what I really want to do? I want to do finances. Well, kind of a little bit. Okay. In a sense, I was getting in trouble a little bit as a child. Nothing too bad, but I kind of was getting in a little bit of trouble. And something did come to me saying, I'm kind of tired of getting in trouble. And you're kind of good at, numbers and whatnot. Why don't you just go down the field of finances. And at the time, my pop was sitting down with me talking about finances. So I said, you know what, this may be the field I want to go down. Okay. I wasn't playing sports anymore. I loved basketball, wasn't playing it anymore, was getting into trouble, and I wanted to start getting out of trouble. That's why I say things like, you know what, when I'm going through all this mess, I'm still not going to do anything that can jeopardize my time with my children. I'm still not going to try to go to jail. As bad as I would love to do some things sometimes, or they cross your mind, I just say no, because my children would be so pissed at me. They'd say, Dad, you left us. I'm like, no, I didn't leave you. I got arrested or I got killed. It's like, no, you left us because you made that dumb decision. You made that dumb decision to go knock somebody up their head. You made that dumb decision to get that brick. You left us. You put us in the situation that we're in. And maybe they get out of it and do well for themselves. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do well for themselves but have mental issues. It's like, Dad, you were supposed to protect us. You were supposed to save us. And you're supposed to sacrifice yourself for us. So even if that meant you had to sell the homes and the cars and we had to live in a cardboard box under a bridge, you were supposed to be there and do it with us. You weren't supposed to try to go do something stupid to try to make a lot of money. Because at the end of the day, when I had my job and I was bringing in a pretty good wage, guess what? I wasn't spending as much time with my family as I thought I was. I thought I was spending time with them. Come to find out, they're like, no, we've been gone. Mentally, they've been gone. Now I've been working this last year hard to, at least with my children, let them know, like, look, that wasn't your dad. That was somebody who was trying to fight for this family. You could tell the spouse was out of it, concerns of, for 2 years, I was on probation at my job for 2 years. And my dumbass is the person who would come home and be like, hey, did you get off that probation? Nah, they still put me on probation. I didn't know I was supposed to lie to her. I didn't know I was supposed to be like, yeah, everything's handy dandy. Don't worry about it. And then go to work knowing I'm on probation. No, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm still on probation, but no, we're going to get through this. Stressing them out, not knowing that they're starting to build another life behind my back. You know what I'm saying? So they're stressed out. So, but you can tell when you're married to somebody, you can tell when they're always in their phone. They're not coming home anymore. You could tell. Children, I didn't know so much. Children are the ones that told me that, yeah, you're just stuck on work all the time. They kind of even told me something the other day, talking about, they're excited for me that I'm getting interviews, but they get nervous because they know the one time when the job finally hires me, they get nervous that, are you going to go back in that mode? You got your book, then you're going to have your job. Are you going to go back in that mode where, you play with us for, 10, 15 minutes or whatever. And then you're like, hey, I got to get back to work. I get nervous too. Cause I'm like, that's how it is sometimes with the job. And then I am trying to sell these books and I am trying to promote my TikTok and I am trying to work on my podcast. I get nervous too. What if I get a job where I really don't know what I'm doing? Like it's in some junior IT analyst position where I'm learning the job on the job, like then I'm going to be spending my nights trying to study IT. And then I'm going to be spending my weekends trying to sell the book. And then I'm going to be spending the hour or two I got trying to create a TikTok episode or TikTok whatever. Or a episode of House of B.a.r.f. for Spotify for podcasters. So I get nervous too. But the good thing is, what they say though? They always say, one thing we appreciate, Dad, is that you have conversations with us. You let us know, like, hey, I want to show you all what I'm doing. I'm trying to create this episode of House of B.a.r.f. I'm trying to create this TikTok episode. I'm trying to book this book signing at this library, at this restaurant or whatever. So they do appreciate that I keep them in the loop, because they're like, other people don't really have these conversations with us. Other times when we have conversations with people, it's about, TikTok or Instagram, but on the other end, look at this TikTok video, look at this Instagram. And it's like, oh gosh, I can't believe I'm sitting here, watching this, you know what I'm saying? So they appreciate that I'm showing them, but on the other end, they're like, we just don't want you to become consumed with it. And then we're just kind of off in the background. And not to say, yeah, we get all the Nike Techs and we get the KDs or the LeBrons or whatever. Yeah, we get all that. But at the end of the day, what do the children want? They want their dad. They want their mom. They want to spend time with them. Good quality time. Fun quality time. So, me, I get off on tangents. Can't even remember what I was talking about. So yeah, inspiration is about the family. It's about community. It's about finances. It's about small business. The elephant represents conversations that need to be had in families that are not being had, and that we need to get the elephant out of the room. It's a saying that we have. So yes, that was inspiration behind the book. We'll keep going into that. TikTok is going okay. Been working on TikTok. It's going okay. I'm messing up. My TikTok is dry, kind of like House of Barf as well. It's real dry. With the dryness of TikTok, so I was going to try to come out and create like some content, like go ham, right? We're going to create some content. It's going to get some views. Well, real quick, two things. TikTok came out and was like, hey, we don't want you driving and creating TikToks. Because that's what I was doing. I was creating TikToks, not while driving, but sometimes I'd be like, hey, I'm just going to turn on the camera and create a TikTok right now. On the other end, business, accounting, regulation, and finance, they're a little skeptical talking about, but I peeled it, got over that. But the other thing was my family started following me, so I'm not in the position where, I admire those people who are comedians and they can go home to their families, and I guess everything is all right. You know what I'm saying? Like my family's like, oh, we saw that episode and we saw that TikTok and, we're not sure if we're big fans of it and blah, blah, blah. And I don't really want to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to create my TikToks, put them in the past, move on, move forward, go hang out with my family and to an extent, not hear a thing about it. Already had a family member request that I took one of my TikToks down. I was taking shots of Crown Royal. It was a blueberry, blackberry, something that came out. It was new. It was my birthday. I was taking shots, and it was like, ooh, we don't know if that messes up the brand. We want to protect our brand. Remember, you're a children's author. And I'm like, listen, yes, I'm a children's author. Okay. But I'm somebody who wrote a children's book. Okay, that's more so where I go to. I got a meeting coming up with another thing. Okay, so TikTok, Spotify for podcasters, working on that as well. Still working on House of Barf. I know I haven't posted in probably a month. I know the last time I posted it was Women's History Month. Now we're in April, which is supposedly Financial Literacy Month. So this is an exciting time to be able to, be alive working on this, promoting financial literacy, if I'm correct, in Financial Literacy Month. So this is going to be fantastic. So another thing I've been working on, I got a couple things. I've been working with this lady named Veronica Fontaine on her magazine. It's called Simply Bowie, Simply Annapolis Publishing Magazine, something like that. Selling ad space. But another thing, I joined an entrepreneur group. I'm in a group of entrepreneurs. And it did cost me to get in. Supposedly I got a little bit of a discount, but it was about $2,000 to get in the group. That may not be the price that if you try to hop in the group, may not be the price. The group is called the Connected Leaders Academy. That's the name of the group, CLA group. So join the group. It's a group of entrepreneurs. So I got in because I do have a small business. It's called Chandler Gregory Hayes. It's a financial literacy / consultation / community outreach company. Haven't had any business yet. You know what I'm saying? Working on it, trying to work on getting clients. where essentially, we just touch on the behaviors, and then we also eventually can bring up, give some consultations. Um, then also I got a book that's out, Links and Mixes Cool Made of Interest. So they say, yo, join the group. This is a group of entrepreneurs. Everyone here has a small business. Everybody here has a business. I met the fairy gold mother. Not sure, I forgot her name. Kathy Guzzo or something like that. I forgot her name. She's the fairy gold mother. It was a pleasure to meet her. I met Jose Escobar. Pleasure meeting him. And let me see who I'm meeting with today. And I hope I didn't miss a meeting. Let me see, who am I meeting with today? Let me check my calendar. Brian Curran, business owner. So, we're just going to talk for a little while, and then I have a meeting with Jose Escobar and Daniel Andrews. So, meeting with these people, just talking about business, learning a lot. It's good stuff. We're having a great time. I'm having a great time. I've only been with the group for about a week, and I got to utilize my time wisely because my subscription only lasts a year, and we all know how fast that can go by. So I'm good until about once I'm plugging in my phone because my phone's about to die. We all know how fast time goes by. A year will be gone, here and gone, and I'm trying to renew my subscription. So I need to make sure that I bring in, at least $2,000 that I can put away next year. Yeah, I'm excited about that. So these are just a few things I've been working on. As far as what's going on and like the news and everything, I don't have my laptop. I know inflation. These bill collectors and a bunch of other people. I think my orthodontist just called me. I think inflation, I don't know what's going on with that, but I think either it paused or there's indicators saying that it's going to go up or something. People freaked out. Stock market crashed the last couple of days. Probably lost somewhere between 300 to 700 points. Here, let me get my laptop real quick. All right, got my laptop up. I got to get ready to go because Brian's about to call me. And I don't know what this is going to be about. To be honest, this is like one of my first meetings where it's like a one-on-one. Except I had a meeting with this guy named Jose, one-on-one. But it was a meet and greet. But this is like my first meeting where essentially we're going to talk about business and kind of discuss like how can we help one another. So this will be one of my first ones, which is cool. I'm excited about it. Let me see. I'm just gonna pull up CNBC real quick. CNBC. Just kind of see what's going on. Looks like the futures are gonna be down a little bit. But let me see. I was trying to see what was going on with inflation rates. Let me see something real quick. All right, inflation. I just kind of want to see what's going on in the news. Inflation comes for the housing market. I see this on the New York Times. Dropped about an hour ago. Yeah, this is one reason why I'm really not trying to get out of this house. That's like, I even try to explain it. It's like, do you really want to get out of this house right now? CNN got a mortgage rates rise after disappointing March inflation report. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Mortgage rates drifted higher, and this is an article by Brian Minna from CNN. Literally came out just came out yesterday. Okay, I thought it came out today. But mortgage rates drifted higher this week and could increase further, and a sign that America's affordability crisis isn't letting up. The 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged at 6.88 in the week ending April 11th, 2024, up from 6.82 the previous week. According to Freddie Mac, data released Thursday. A year ago, the average 30-year fixed rate was 6.27. Rates have mostly held steady in the past several weeks, but they could rise even higher, potentially crossing the uncomfortable psychological threshold of 7%. If inflation proves to be more stubborn than expected, the Federal Reserve doesn't directly set mortgage rates, but its actions do influence them. So, I can't even remember. There's fiscal and monetary policy. Let me see real quick. Fiscal versus monetary policy. So I believe monetary policy is by the banks. I believe fiscal is by the government, like the Fed. Give me 1 second. Let's just go ahead and go over this real quick. Fiscal versus monetary policy. Monetary policy is primarily concerned with the management of interest rates and the total supply of money in circulation, and is generally carried out by central banks such as the U.S. Federal Reserve. Fiscal policy is a collective term for the taxing and spending actions of government. Okay, so yeah, fiscal is government, and monetary policy is the banks. So even though the Fed Reserve doesn't directly affect mortgage rates, their actions still have an influence. So, for example, if the interest rates for a bank go up, then the bank is going to have to raise their interest rates to give out loans. Let me see, get back to this. So the Federal Reserve doesn't directly set mortgage rates, but its actions do influence them. And hotter than expected inflation readings could keep the central bank from reducing interest rates. The central bank. Mortgage rates have been drifting higher for most of the year due to sustained inflation and the reevaluation of the Federal Reserve's monetary policy path, said Sam Cather, Freddie Mac's chief economist, in a release. While newly released inflation data from March continues to show a trend of very little movement, the financial markets reaction paints a far different economic picture. So, my question all the time is, if they have us focused on inflation and everything, which is not a problem at all, which it is a topic that we need to be concerned with, but I'm always like, okay, making sure that I'm not looking at the carrot that's in front of my face, and making sure that I'm looking around to say what's going on. So as far as some people say, the economy for the most part is doing pretty well. Unemployment, I'm not sure where it's at, but I hear it's decent. The housing market has slowed down a little bit. Wages have increased. So I can see how that could affect inflation. Because if interest rates are, rising, wages are going up. Not to mention the 40-hour work week has gone kind of away. Commercial real estate's kind of gone away. We're in the middle of a few different wars. It's kind of like these might be kind of the reasons why inflation hasn't changed. And to an extent, they may not be wanting to say it, but it may be here to stay. These prices may be just taking them longer to say it. These just may be the prices. Like moving forward, wages are going up. People are not working as much. Unemployment isn't. If I'm not sure what unemployment's at right now, but let me go ahead and take a look. Welcome back to House of B.A.R.F. It's been a little while, goodness, but I gotta get ready to go. Feels good to be back. So let me see. Unemployment rate. And I need to get to the unemployment office. I don't know what's taking me so long. You know what I thought? I thought by now Spotify for podcasters or TikTok would have taken off, but it didn't. And it's all good. It's all good. Unemployment rates. I really did. I thought I would have got a sponsor by now. Something. And I was really hoping on it. But things take time. Both the unemployment rate at 3.8% and the number of unemployed people at 6.4 million changed little in March. The unemployment rate has been in a narrow of 3.7% to 3.9% since August of 2023. So the unemployment rate hasn't changed much. Okay. So, and that's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov. BLS.gov, and that's of March 2024. So, and today is April 12th, 2024. It's approximately 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, the interest rates of mortgages are going up, but also it appears that the prices of homes are going up as well, which, if I'm correct, I'm not sure, but I'd have to do a little history. But I think that's honestly one of the first times that this has ever happened in American history where the home prices and the interest rates were up. It was one thing when people had a home that was $65,000 30 years ago and the interest rate was 16-17%, because after, 7-10 years, their homes were going to be paid off. So the banks had to figure out how to get their money. Well, with the prices of homes going up now, banks can give out 30-year loans and put interest rates at 2 or 3% because people are going to be paying on this loan for the rest of their lives. Unless they do pick up a strategy, which this is what House of B.A.R.F is about, and it's not advice, pick up a strategy where maybe when I had my job and I was putting an extra $50, $60, which was 1%, less than 1% of my monthly mortgage, it made a difference. I still look at the principal and be like, damn, look what you did, Chan. You took a bite out of that shit. And it was to spit in the faces of these banks who are taking advantage of these people trying to get their first homes and putting dumb shit on there like PMIs or MPIs and not fully explaining it to them, telling them things like it'll be off in 3 years, don't worry. Or once you get your house under 80% or something, it'll fall off, don't worry. Then come to find out, oh, you were under a FHA loan or something. No, your MPI actually is going to be on there for the duration of the loan. So it's like, all right, well then, fuck that. Fuck that interest rate. We about to get this principal all the way down. And they get worried. They get worried. Trust me. You can tell when banks get worried because they reach out to you. If you never heard from your bank, they ain't worried about what you're doing. I'm joking, but they ain't worried about you. They say it in Christianity as well. If you ain't heard from the devil, he ain't worried about you. And are there Christians out there who are fantastic Christians in the sense of they're not committing no crimes, they're not hurting nobody, they ain't smoking no weed, they ain't drinking no Hennessy, they ain't cussing, but the devil still ain't worried about them. Why? Because they in the house watching Hallmark or whatever, good Christians like those do, whatever they watch. I don't know, Christian channel, whatever. Listen to Christian radio. But they ain't bugging nobody. Devil ain't worried about them. He ain't giving them a phone call. But if you out there putting in work, stopping by the church, handing out food, spending time with children, reading books, and it's not always that you're out there spreading the word. You're spreading the word, but it's also through your actions. You spreading the word and you're doing it through your actions. The devil's going to give you a phone call. What up? I want to let you know you're fat. I want to let you know you're ugly. I want to let you know you're a fuck up. I want to let you know your son, I'm going to fuck him up too. Oh, because he ain't a believer like you are. He weak. And he loves some pussy. Oh, he loves it. Licking it all up and down. We're going to mess him up. We're going to get to you somehow. Same thing with those banks. When you fucking up, they don't give a shit about you. They couldn't give a rat shit about you. They leave you alone. They let you mess up your bank accounts. They send you letters in the mail. Hey, just want to let you know, if you don't do anything with your bank account, we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. And what do they know? Oh, you're not checking those. You throwing it straight in the shredder. You're not even looking for it. They send you a check. Hey, we want to let you know we're sending you a check for the amount of your bank account because you haven't banked with us. But if you don't cash it, we're going to go ahead and keep the money. You don't know it because you're not reading it. Shred it up. They ain't worried about you. They ain't reaching out. But when you start doing things right, like getting that credit card balance down below 30%, now you're getting close to zero. I got a smoothie from Panera Bread. I wanted my green smoothie. They said they discontinued the green one. I was like, why? I was like, just give me the mango joint. It's all good. So I got a mango Panera Bread. Oh, and Panera Bread's not open right now. If you're like, wait, it's 9 a.m., how do you get it? Got it last night, didn't finish it, put it in the refrigerator. But yeah, once you start getting your stuff, your principal down and everything, banks get worried. They get worried you're going to refinance that mortgage with another bank. You got the principal down. You good. You're in a good spot. Refinance, get that PMI off, MPI, whatever. Get it off. Now you got your mortgage down some more. They're making phone calls. Hey, we just want to know, how are you doing? What? Why? Doing great. How are you? You know, like, oh, we want to know, did you want a third, fourth, fifth credit card? Yeah, sure. Go ahead, send it over. Not going to use them. I'm going to shred it as soon as you send it over. Or I'll swipe it, you know, just for gas once a month or something, just to keep it open. Oh, okay. Well, don't do that. You know, we're going to put a $20,000, $30,000, you know, $40,000 limit on it, you know, so feel free to use it, you know. But when you got 3 credit cards maxed out, you don't hear from the bank. You hear from their collection agency. It's not the bank. The bank been sold that thing off, you know. Give us 70%, you know, 70 cents on the dollar. Y'all can take it, and then y'all can harass them for the rest of their lives. You know, and if you really did, I'm not trying to get into credit and everything, but if you really did your research, after a certain amount of time, all that shit falls off. I think something passed not too long ago, medical bills, past like 7 years or something, no longer will show up on your credit report. You know, all that private shit, people gonna lead you to believe like, oh, I took out this loan. Like, no. Well, I don't want to spread the information. Talk to your tax advisor, your CPA, your CFA, your technical analysis, fundamental analysis, chiropractor, whoever you want to talk to. But do your research on that credit score stuff, because that shit be falling off. It really do. And a lot of shit on your credit report, shit you can dispute. Shit ain't real. Shit's fake stuff that other people did. Got your social security number. Try to buy a Lamborghini and go down to Collins Ave. Fuck's your problem? Oh, it was your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend. Damn. I knew that bitch was shiesty. I knew it. She ain't have good intentions. She ain't never had no Jesus in her life. I never seen her pray. Never seen her go to church. Took my social security number, tried to get a range, and go down to Collins Ave. Goodness gracious. Trying to see LeBron James or something. Or whoever down there. You know, just shiciness. Dispute it. And then all that other stuff, get it under control. My payment history is what's messing me up. Since I've been terminated, payment history has been off. Way off. Terrible. So I'm trying to get that back under control. Get all that back on the track. You know, again, I still haven't found employment. It's getting scary out here, man. It's getting scary for me. And devil be laughing at me. Ah! Ha ha! She was right. You are stupid. You are dumb. You are fat and ugly. Ah! Ain't got no job in a year. Devil be getting at me. Maybe she is right. No, not maybe. She is right. You know, I just be like, yo, I rebuke you in the name Lord Jesus. I tell you, get out of my house. Don't be near me. Don't be around me. What I'm doing is something that hopefully ain't never been done or ain't never going to. And hopefully somebody will take my work. It may not be the best work. And hopefully they'll be able to move on. Competition is key. People don't think that you got to kill the op. No. That's some shit that you see in movies and shit. In real life, you want the competition. It helps the industry. Now, maybe you guys maybe work something out. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody wants to be, top of the game, running it. Competition helps the game. You see, like one thing I appreciate about being an author and being a podcaster and all this, when other podcasters reach out to me, you know what they're doing? They're giving me advice on how to make my podcast better. You know what authors are doing? They're giving me advice on how to better market my book. No offense, I'm not saying to my trap stars. I love my trap stars. You think in the trap game, somebody gonna call you and be like, hey, I noticed you were encroaching on my territory. You may want to watch out for that camera on that building. They're gonna see you. I typically try to stay away from that block because they have a community police officer right there that lives there, always keeping an eye out on us. No, they're going to let you. Oh, he don't know about that camera that's right there. Oh, he don't know about that officer that's right there. Or even the sense of, hey, you should get out the game. You should get out the game. Yeah, I've been in the game. My family's in the game, but I'm even working to get my family out of the game. Or just go ahead, trust me. The mindset that you have a mindset of an entrepreneur. Just go to school for business. And most people are going to tell you, no, I don't go to school for business. That's an oxymoron. Why would you go to school for business? I get it to an extent. I get it. But just go to school for business. Go pursue something else. It's the same thing in the rest of the world. You got a product or a service, you buy it low, you sell it high. Okay? Your environment got you up here wrapped up pushing this poison. And you don't realize the government allows a certain amount of poison to be pushed because if people don't get their poison, they become zombies. They become monsters. So it's cool to kind of have an area. If you looked at The Wire, if you remember when that, I got to get ready to go, when there was a black cop. I think he was a cop in another TV show on NBC or something. But he came in. He said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something different. We're going to cut off a section of Baltimore and we're going to literally leave it for crime. And in that way, that's just kind of where the crime is. Then the mayor, other people got involved and said, what? And then they shut it down. Essentially, I think that's more real than we think. I think to an extent, we know that there's a certain amount of criminals that are operating in a certain amount of places, and we kind of, like cattle, we herd it. Okay, this is where the crime is. Last thing, I went to the casino a couple days ago, not too long ago. They kind of set up some of the tables where it appeared that some of the tables catered to more of the Caucasians, and some of it catered more to, I would say, not even just like black and brown people, but more so like dope dealers. I'm not trying to call them dope dealers, but like kind of looked like there was trap stars over there and there was like Caucasians over there. It appears that people, even when I throw a party, I kind of know how to make certain rooms cater to certain people. We're going to make this the room where women feel comfortable. Okay? Make sure it's nice, clean, smells good, comfortable, not too loud, hors d'oeuvres, wine, champagne. This is where women can go to feel comfortable. This is going to be the room that everybody congregates to. Music's loud. Put something on the floor just in case it gets sticky. You know what I'm saying? Or of course somebody spills a drink. And this is going to be the area where people can talk. Maybe near the nook or the kitchen area. Again, has some hors d'oeuvres. But we'll put the beer here. We'll put the hard liquor here. You know what I'm saying? This is where people come and talk about the football games and how dope the Dallas Cowboys or the Detroit Pistons are. You know what I'm saying? Go Blue. You know what I'm saying? That's where we do all that shit talking. Joe Biden is going to be the president of 2024, or Trump or whoever people want to say. Where we all talk about that stuff. So even to an extent, you kind of even know how to do it in your own home when you throw an event. So you can only imagine that it can happen on a bigger scale, But this, again, there's not going to be anybody really to reach out and say, hey, you can do better. And that's what I'm working on. That's really something I'm working on. Another thing for Langston Minkson's Cool Made Adventure, I want to help people also, and I don't really talk about this much, I want to help people get out the trap. I want to help people get out of the trap. You know what I'm saying? Because people have beautiful minds. And yes, it's easy to take the low-hanging fruit. But sometimes it may just be a little bit better if you just wait a little bit longer. And I know how hard it can be. And just let some of the fruit ripen a little bit more and then grab that good fruit. But honestly, I got to get ready and go get this phone call. I'll let you know how everything goes. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. It's Chanman, House of B.A.R.F.